Every person is fighting a quiet war inside them. An inner part of you wants to rise, to be strong, admired, disciplined, and unbreakable. For the other part, it wants to stay in bed all day, look through social media for hours on end, stay away from pain, and live in fear of being judged. The weaker part speaks softly. Take it easy, it says. You still have time. That being said, fear is not honest. Allowing it to spread will destroy the guy you were meant to be. One time, Marcus Aurelius said, "You control your mind, not outside events." Knowing this will make you strong. You have to work for that strength. It's not something you come naturally. Through routines, through decisions made in private, through the self-control you develop when no one is looking. The purpose of this speech is not to inspire. It's a plan. As you rebuild your life, one habit at a time, these 10 will help you get rid of your weaknesses. Let's go. 1. Wake up before the world does. Most people are weak when they wake up in the morning. They are easily upset, disorganized, and behind schedule. They get up late, grab their phones, and start listening to music before their feet even touch the ground. Notifications, texts, and other distractions. Chaos on the outside before order on the inside. That's how weakness starts the day. It's focused on everything but its goal. The Stoics had a different way of life. They knew that the morning was a holy time. He said, "When you wake up early and can't get out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Not to a job, not because of duties, but to live as a sensible being." To get up and live in line with nature means to act with discipline, purpose, and reason. You have a fight with yourself first thing in the morning, not with the world. And the rest of the day is already in danger if you lose that fight. Waking up early isn't just a hustle culture motto. Remember that it's about freeing your mind from weakness. Rising before the sun and the noise gives you control over your time, which is something most guys never get to experience. Clearing your mind, setting your purpose, moving your body, and training your focus are all possible in the quiet of the early morning. There are not many people. Don't impose. There is only you and your raw choice to take charge of your life instead of following the chaos of others. You have a lot of power when you start your day while other people are still sleeping. It's when your bare feet hit the ground before the sun rises. It's there in the cold air, the silence, and being by yourself. You can feel it when you're alone in the dark and look at yourself before the world gets to you. Epictetus said, "For life is not about theory, but practice." This means that we should practice every day. Get up, move around, think, and get ready. Not for other people, but for yourself. This is where you start to rebuild. You are not distracted, overstimulated, or pulled in 1,000 different ways in the early morning. You get in touch with your vision again in that silence, your plans, your morals. You can read, think, write in a notebook, work out, or just breathe. What you do is not important. What matters is that you choose to do it. Meant to be, choosing to. Most guys waste the first hour of their day and become lost in it. They stop being in charge of time and become its victims. That inactive state is great for being weak. But if you get up early, you step on its neck. When your alarm goes off tomorrow, don't give in. Do not wait. Wait for motivation to come along. It's not going to happen. If you keep living on emotion, you will feel bad about it later. You want to start over? Then take over the morning. Stack wins when the world is asleep. Because if you can win that first hour, you can win any hour, and eventually you win your life. 2. Train your body like a warrior. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what kind of person they are." These places, the gym, the walk, and the mat, are test grounds. When your body is weak, your mind is weak too. You don't just build muscle when you lift weights, run miles, or sweat in discipline, you also shape your drive. It's not about being vain. It has to do with power. To show yourself that you can go through pain and still smile. Train every day for power over your own weakness, not for looks. In a world that values ease, you have to choose to work hard. Your body is the first fight you'll face, so you need to train it. Living like a king while taking care of your body like a slave is not possible. You can't change everything that happens around you, but you can change how many push-ups you do. You are in charge of how much weight you lift. Every day, you can go to war with yourself. What hurts the hive hurts the bee. Wrote Marcus Aurelius. Mind and body are one. Should you let your body become lazy and old, your mind will do the same. Your fear will keep you from having tough talks, making tough choices, or even taking on responsibility. But if you train your body to be disciplined and tolerant of pain, your mind will start to reflect that. Now, being turned down doesn't hurt as much. You are not paralyzed by fear. Today is over for you. Nothing else can hurt you. Later in your workout, your muscles will scream, your lungs will burn, and you will want to quit in every way. That time is holy. If weakness shows up at that very time, you can choose to give in to it or crush it. That moment creates more than strength, asserting your personality. We learn not in school, but in life, Seneca said. And the best way to learn from life is to fight it. The way you learn is in a classroom full of fire. Every painful rep, step, and set shapes more than just muscle. It shapes character. When a man works out every day, he becomes harder to control, hurt, and break. His faith isn't based on words. It's built up through hard work, sweat, and repetition. You want to start over? Then start with your house or apartment. Make it out of stone. Cut it out by making a choice. Not because you want abs, but because you want to be in charge of yourself. That's where it starts. You want to be disciplined? After that, you need to be disciplined in your body. Do you want peace? Then you have to fight your limits every day to earn it. In the weight room, weakness dies. In the quiet of a run in the morning, in the last round of a fight, there are no cameras or cheers. It's just you, your fears, and your choice to keep going. Get up, get the iron out, get going right away. Don't forget that you're not working to show off. You're training to last, to be in charge, to be in charge. 3. Kill comfort before it kills you. It's not the person who doesn't have enough that is poor, said Seneca. It's the person who wants more. Weakness doesn't start with losing. It starts with being comfortable. In staying in bed, instead of having the tough talk, by putting off the workout, it creeps in with every weak choice, every weak defense, and every small give up. The worst part? It's nice. That's how it holds you back. As a reward, it gives you just the right amount of joy and guilt to keep you weak. Comfort is the quiet builder of average. It talks lies in your ear, filling your ego but leaving your soul hungry. Enough of what you did. You need to take a break. Today is not the day to push. That was not true for the Stoics. They knew that strength and endurance don't come from giving in to the body, but from not giving in to it, choosing to, every day. Seneca not only talked about suffering, he lived it. He chose to go without money for long periods of time, slept on hard surfaces, and dressed in rough clothes. Why? So he would remember that he didn't need warmth, and that he could still stand tall if life took everything away. He told them, set aside a certain number of days during which you will be happy with the scantiest and cheapest food and the roughest clothing. During this time, ask yourself, is this the condition I feared? Take a moment to think about the last time you chose to suffer. You took the harder path because you wanted to, not because everyone else did. Life will give you pain if you avoid it for too long, and you won't be ready for it for a second. Do cold showers, not because they're fun, but because they train your mind to act without asking for permission. They fasted for 24 hours, not to lose weight, but to show that hunger doesn't have to break them. Avoid wearing headphones while walking long distances. This is not for fitness, but to learn how to be alone with your ideas. What you're doing isn't chance. It's physical discipline. They're the opposite of softness. They are a challenge to your weaker self. Nowadays, things like fast food, quick entertainment, and same-day delivery are designed to make our lives easier. One downside is that comfort makes people reliant on others. It makes you lose your grit. It lowers your pain level. When something really bad happens in your life, like illness, sadness, or failure, you totally fall apart. You never practice struggle, that's why. Self-respect doesn't come from doing things that make you feel good, it comes from doing things that are hard. Not once, not sometimes, but every day. You don't reach your goals. You fall to the amount of discipline you have. That discipline grows every time you turn down the easy road in favor of the hard one. Kill comfort right now. Starve it, squeeze it, find it. Get up early, become hungry, get cold, walk for hours, accept silence. Pick the tougher path because you want to, not because you have to. You tell the world and yourself this message when you do that. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to break. Don't expect me to be at ease here. I'm here to be impossible to stop. 4. Speak less. Do more. Being quiet can be powerful. Ignore arguing about what a good man should be, Marcus Aurelius wrote. Take a stand. Manly guys plan what they're going to do. Hard-working guys do it. Not to defend, explain, or prove themselves. World needs more action, not more words. The energy of too many guys is wasted on talking. After talking about and planning their next move, they never actually do it. They think talking about it helps them build an identity, but it only makes them weaker. Being strong comes from doing things quietly. This idea was very important to the Stoics. Do not explain your philosophy, Epictetus said. Take it on. Think about how strong that sentence is. You don't need to have the best ideas or the best principles to do what you believe in. You shouldn't just talk about your ideals. You should show them. Your silence speaks louder than any words you could ever say when your deeds match your values. Uncomfortably, there's a magic to talking little and doing a lot. A man who doesn't talk as much is strong because people are always talking and shouting to get attention. Let your results speak for themselves, and they will speak with force. Others will know how strong you are just by looking at you. It's not necessary to describe your success. They will see it for themselves. Nothing stops silence from helping you become the person you say you are. It's amazing how often people talk about their goals but never actually reach them. Promises, hopes, and empty plans are all around them at the table. The words they use, though, are just wind. Active men don't talk about their goals. They do things quietly. They do the work instead of saying they will. Their training is private. They don't talk about it. Instead of saying what they plan to do, they do it. They earn respect by doing this. By doing this, they earn trust. Doing this makes them leaders. Speaking of doing something and then not doing it weakens your own power. Inaction makes words useless. Their actions hurt your reputation. They can't deny you when you do something on purpose, and your actions speak louder than words. Take action and stop talking about who you want to be. Your success won't ever need an excuse. Your achievements should speak for themselves. Actions can say more than words ever could. Ask yourself, would my silence speak louder than this? Before you start talking about something you haven't done. Would that make it look stronger? You want more power? There is no other answer than yes. 5. Write with brutal honesty every night. People who are warriors should write in journals, not artists. Every day we should call ourselves to account, Seneca said. While they're living their lives, most guys never face the truth about what they've done. They don't stop to think about their choices, their flaws, or their successes as they move from one job to the next. But the Stoics knew how important it was to think about things every day. It wasn't enough to just exist. To live with meaning, you had to actively think about your life. What did I do today? How did I act? What did I do wrong? And where did I do well? These are the questions that can change your life. Being brutally honest in your writing isn't about feeling bad about yourself or guilty. It's about being clear. You have to sit down every night and write down what's on your mind. Don't try to hide it. Do not make excuses for yourself. Don't try to hide the truth. If you gave in to your fear, own up to it. If you lost time, you should admit it. Write down why you didn't want to have a tough talk. If you stuck to your plan and crushed the day, you should celebrate, but be honest about it. Being real is more important than being perfect. Writing in a book is powerful because it forces you to face your flaws. If you don't look at your life, it's easy to act like everything is fine. The truth doesn't lie when you write, though. You can't hide with your pen. It makes you clear, and being clear gives you power. It helps you see trends, like where you're losing ground, where you're not moving forward, and where you're making progress. When you face these facts every day, you make a map of your journey, and progress is marked on that map. Take a look. How many people live their whole lives without ever taking the time to think about who they really are? How many times do you make the same mistake and then do it again the next day because you didn't think about it? You can't learn from your mistakes if you don't face them. You can't get out of your circle of weakness. Writing gives you room to grow. Every day is a chance to get better. But you can't get better if you don't honestly look at what you did in the past. You can't use an excuse with this book. It only wants you to tell the truth. In addition, Seneca said, "We suffer more often in our dreams than in real life." This is what happens when we don't face ourselves. Our weaknesses seem worse than they really are, and that makes us not want to do anything about them. Being brutally honest in your writing breaks through that myth. It makes you see yourself as you are, not as you want to be. You can change when you have a good picture of who you are. Before going to bed every night, write down what you did that was in line with the man you want to be. Where did I fail? There is only truth, not judgment. That clarity is what will help you grow. You show what can't be seen. When you write down your flaws, you take away their power. You get stronger by doing that. Write, thoughts, change. And as the days go by, you'll see the change happen right in front of your eyes. The truth is your most important tool, and you need to write it down every night. 6. Build a ruthless routine. Your life is your machine. Chaos rules when there is no order. For the Stoics, balance, order, and simplicity were important. He said, "No one is free who is not master of himself." Doing whatever you want doesn't make you free. Self-discipline is what makes it possible. You can't live a meaningful life if your days are planned by chance, laziness, or the urge to be distracted. The things you do are either managed by your routine or by chaos. Being in charge of your routine means being in charge of your life. A strict routine is not a tip, it's necessary. Your day should have a clear goal, and that goal should be in line with the kind of man you want to become. Get up early, do not sleep. Now is not the time to think about what to do next. You already have a plan. Work out your body. Your physical strength can't be changed. Being strong gives you courage. I learned to be disciplined. It keeps you strong even when things get hard. After that, read. Reading isn't just for fun, it helps you grow. Reading wasn't just something Marcus Aurelius did to pass the time, it helped him think better. His notebook was full of notes, thoughts, and ideas that he got from studying. The happiness in your life depends on the thoughts you have. That's why reading every day isn't just helpful, it's necessary for a clear mind. It's time to work after reading. It's not enough to just do the work, though. It's about doing your best. There should be a plan and focus behind every job that is done. Do more than just work the hours. Make something. Make something that is important. The Stoics believed in doing things that mattered and were well thought out. Last, think about it. Spend some time alone at the end of the day. What did you get done? Where did you go wrong? How can you do it better the next day? Your daily routine is incomplete without time to think. If you need to, you can check yourself, see how far you've come, and make changes there. You're lost if you don't think about things. By reflecting, you're always making changes that will help you grow. A strict routine is beautiful because it turns into something holy. It becomes your base that you can't change. You lean on it when things go wrong in your life. Your routine keeps you on track when other things try to pull you away. It turns into armor. When things change quickly, the only thing that is certain is your dedication to your own system. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in our dreams than in real life." And the lack of habit is what's making you hurt the most. Not having a plan makes your mind full of noise and worry. But a good habit helps you see things clearly and makes decisions easier. It's already planned out for you, so you don't have to guess what to do next. You are able to concentrate on the current job because you already know how to make it successful. Start out small. Be cruel, though. Every day, get up at the same time. Do your work, read, train, and think about what you've learned. Keep it holy. Make it something you can't live without. Make your routine so strong that you can always count on it to hold you up when things go wrong. Because freedom is order in the end. You master yourself when you master your routine. And the confusion of the world can't hurt you when you're in charge of yourself. In this fight against weakness, routine is your tool, and it will do nothing but help you win. 7. Master the art of silence. The new drug is noise. Always talking, always having fun, always getting away. There are a lot of things in the world that can distract you, like news, social media, the constant hum of technology, and people's views. But silence is where real power grows. You can hear what's important when it's quiet. You can hear the truth when you are alone. A lot of the time, Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself by himself. He was aware that being quiet showed the most private parts of himself. He got clear in his personal thoughts. He didn't have to go outside to find answers. He knew that being still would let him hear what he needed to hear. A man's soul is the only place where he can find peace and quiet. Marcus didn't mind being alone. He even looked forward to it because he knew that real change comes from within. Everyday noise only makes it harder to think clearly. They only keep you from hearing your own voice, which is the most important one. When you are quiet, you have to face yourself. Although it's quiet, your thoughts can't hide. They are going to come up. During the quiet, your fears, doubts, and worries will scream. But so will the real you. Your true wants, your deeper mission, and your potential also come to the surface. These things can be heard when there is quiet, not when there is noise. People teach us to avoid quiet these days. Whether it's looking through our phones, listening to podcasts, or just chatting, we fill every moment with something. However, quiet is strong. You face your flaws and your wants when you are alone and quiet. You can hear your own mind when there is enough space. Your thoughts, motives, and goals are hard to understand without it. It was Seneca who said, "To sit alone and be quiet is the best cure for all human misery." Making yourself clear enough to face the world is what it's all about, not running away from it. You get smarter, more focused, and more in tune with yourself when you're alone and sound. When there is no outside noise, you can see yourself clearly. It's possible to change when you have a good picture of who you are. At first, just be quiet for a short time. Quiet down the music. After an hour, put your phone somewhere else. Spend 15 minutes a day sitting still. Do not try to stop your thoughts. Just let them come. Take a look at them and learn from them. For starters, it will feel bad. Never be quiet. That which you've been avoiding has to be faced. You grow when you're uncomfortable, though. Your hearing will get better as you stay quiet for longer. In the beginning, it will be the noise of your worries and other things that are taking your attention away. You'll start to hear the deeper facts inside you as you get used to it. Plan your life. What do you really want? Why don't you keep going? How scared are you? This question is lost in the world's noise. You gain power by answering them, and they come out when there's quiet. Not being quiet does not mean nothing. The answers are there. To sit with it, though, you have to be strong. To learn, be quiet. The test will show you both your strong and weak points. Simply pay close attention. 8. Seek out rejection deliberately. A lot of people try very hard not to be rejected. They are scared of how painful it will be to fail, how awkward it will be to hear no, or how embarrassing it will be to be rejected. It's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things, Epictetus said. Losing someone is not a bad thing. It is not an attack on your person. It's just facts. Life is telling you to try again. You have to be brave to face it, though. Being turned down is a part of any worthwhile quest. Still, the huge number of people never even try to be rejected because they are too afraid of failing. They stay away from the action, avoiding risk, discomfort, and, in the end, progress. This is not how the Stoics lived, though. They were open to suffering. They were ready for trouble because they knew it would make them stronger. Being turned down, failing, and feeling uncomfortable are all parts of becoming great. You take away the power of rejection when you go out of your way to get it. You no longer let it run your life. You don't try to avoid it, you let it in. You put yourself out there because you know that each no gets you one step closer to a yes. There is a lesson in every mistake. Every failure is a chance to learn, make changes, and get better. Just think about what would happen if you accepted being turned down. If you didn't run away from it, but instead went out of your way to find it. You would start to handle dangers you didn't think you could handle. You'd start to pitch too risky ideas. You'd talk about things you were scared to talk about. You'd jump at chances you normally would deny. And every time you were turned down, you got stronger, more tough, and better able. Negative feelings about rejection get weaker over time. Eventually, it stops being scary and just becomes a normal part of things. Every time, the first no hurts the most, but it doesn't hurt as much the more you hear it. After that, it's just a stepping stone to the next task. Failure is not the end. Feedback is all it is. You can improve your approach, think about your plan again, and come back stronger. When Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials," he meant this. The pressure you feel as rejection sharpens you and makes you better. Each no is a chance to grow, not just a loss. Your ability to rise again, try again, and keep going forward is a reminder of this. The next time someone turns you down, don't take it as a loss. Look at it as facts. Look at it as a chance to get better. Learn to deal with being turned down. Look for it on purpose, because you'll become stronger the more you face it. Don't let loss stop you. Let failure make you stronger. The more you accept failure, the less powerful it will be over you, and the closer you'll get to success. Remember that failure is not the key to success. It's the thing that you have to do over and over again. No problem. Ask. Error. Feel free to ask again. Continue. It takes failure to get to the top, and you're already there. 9. Surround yourself with men who demand more. Seneca once wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." The people you spend time with have a huge effect on how you turn out. Take a look. With whom do you spend your time? If your friends are lazy, always making excuses, or always looking for comfort, you'll start to act like them over time. You change into the people you hang out with. Guess where you're going if they're stuck in mediocrity? Stoics knew how to use power to change things. Not only was Marcus Aurelius a philosopher and ruler, he also chose carefully who he spent time with. The men he hung out with pushed him to do better, and were always looking for ways to do things better. A casual friend that would hold him back wasn't something he was interested in. He knew that the only way to really grow is to push yourself to new limits, and that means being around other people who do the same. You need to go out of your way to find guys who are disciplined, focused, and eager to learn more. Men who don't explain themselves. Men that expect everyone around them to be great, not just themselves. Being average is impossible when you're with guys like these. They will bring you out of your comfort zone, push you to do more, and show you how much potential is waiting to be unlocked. Their standard will become your new standard, and you'll work harder, accomplish more, and become the best version of yourself. People you spend the most time with make you who you are. Socializing with lazy people will make you lazy too. If you hang out with weak-willed people who avoid pain, you'll do the same. You will become a lion, though, if you hang out with lions, which are guys who are always trying to be the best. You can't roll with sheep and a lion. They don't bother with weak, soft, or uninterested people. They look for strong people. It was focused, who are controlled. They run in groups and push each other to get stronger, faster, and better. Talking to someone is always hard. Every encounter gives you a chance to move up a level. Look closely at the people around you. Are they making you feel better or worse? Do they want you to do better? Or do they let you off the hook when you fail? Get rid of what's not useful. People who put down your work are not what you need. You need people who push you to do better. 10. Create more than you consume. Most people these days just sit back and watch things happen. You get up, go on social media, watch endless videos, read stories, and get caught up in other people's lives. You take in a lot of things. But this state of passiveness doesn't lead anywhere. The other way is Stoicism, which is about doing things. It's all about development. It's about giving back. You should take charge of your life and not just watch other people do it. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now plays over and over again forever." There is a mark left by every moment and deed, no matter how small. The way you leave a lasting impact is by creating and producing something, anything. Life isn't something you just watch. You have a hand in making your future and the futures of those around you. Then stop taking in other people's lives and live your own. Don't miss out on life while you scroll, watch, or enjoy other people's work. You have real power when you can make things. Make things, talk, write, train, and contribute. Ink up something real that changes the world. Making something doesn't just mean making something real. It also means what you do, say, and plan. You become a force when you make, not just an observer. You are no longer just a person who enjoys entertainment. You are someone whose energy, ideas, and purpose feed the world. Set a goal to make something every day. It doesn't need to be huge. All you have to do is write down your ideas, work on a project, or share an idea. When you make something, you stop being a spectator and take charge of your life. You change who you are from someone who just watches life happen to someone who makes it happen. How powerful that is. That is command. That's how Stoics do things. Something amazing starts to happen when you make making things a daily habit. Your life starts to feel more important. It changes how you see yourself from someone who just consumes to someone who gives. You know your time on earth is limited, so every moment you spend making things adds to your memory. You are more in charge of your own life when you make things. Do something now. Commence now. You should always be creating something, even if it's just sharing your feelings with the world. In the end, it's not the people who watch that shape the world, but the people who make it. And real power comes from making things. Feeling weak isn't loud. It doesn't have any warnings. It sneaks in with small concessions, simple options, reasons not to do something, and distractions. That said, power does too. Every second, every habit, and every day you pick one or the other. The Stoics did not talk about what drives people. They had a business conversation concerning virtue, concerning life in harmony with nature and common sense. Have you decided to start over? Commence here. Here are 10 habits that will help you. Every day, sharpen them. Do not let the weak parts of yourself stay. Burn what you don't need anymore. Take those ashes and turn them into the man you are meant to be.